Hi, it's Brian Kelleher with Keller Williams Realty. Real estate slowed down over the last few months, but are real estate prices going to fall? Well, watch my video to get my take. Real estate has slowed down over the last few months, and that's mostly in terms of the number of transactions going on. There's just fewer transactions going on, but real estate prices have held pretty stable. And while I don't have a crystal ball and I can't give a definitive answers to what prices are going to do in the future, most economists agree that real estate prices are going to continue to increase this year, just at a much slower rate than they have in the last few years. And here's a few reasons why. Number one is the persistent lack of inventory. For years we've been dealing with this. There's just not enough homes on the market to keep up with demand. And while some home buyers have stepped out of the market because of higher interest rates, the lack of inventory has really kept supply in line with demand, and homes that are looking good and priced right are still selling very, very quickly. Number two is rental rates. Just like home prices, since the pandemic, rental rates have been soaring. In fact, the average rental rate is roughly 30% higher now than it was pre-pandemic, and that has made it very attractive for buyers to lock in a fixed mortgage payment rather than continue to pay rent, which is likely to increase every year. And number three is new construction inventory. We haven't talked a lot about this, but during the pandemic, new construction just about ground to a halt. And there were a couple of years where new construction homes just weren't being built, or very few were being built. And that caused a gap of millions of homes that were never built. So while home builders are now building and building at a rapid pace and catching up and filling that gap, it's going to take years to fill that gap and bring the new construction inventory back up to where it needs to be. And that contributes to that persistent lack of inventory we talked about in number one. So I hope that's helpful information, and if you have questions about any of this, please shoot me an email or a text. And in the meantime, thanks for tuning in and stay in touch.